The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Armed Media, New Productions, and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
I'm a big fish in a small pond. Got my days free and my nights long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. As famous as I wanna be. Who I am is fine with me. It's who I am. It's who I am. Who I am is fine with me.
You know what that means? It's Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. That means it's What's the Story with Maria. How you doing, guys? So I am Maria. I am your host. And let's see, immediately people pop on. Yes. Richard Skipper, you won. You were first in today. Ed Kutu from Blade Salon in Rocky Hill, Connecticut. Hi, Eddie. Leo has joined us. Leo, I was telling them about you.
Is he a boxer?
No, but he does sound like a boxer,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No, he is the accidental intern that I told you. He's a singer and he's a playwright, all kinds of things. Rena Cugnali Berge, she's my cousin in Massachusetts.
Cool.
Hi, Richard is saying
Cool,
yay.
Mass.
So anyway, I told these guys all about my regulars. And they pop on right away. George Fernandez is now coming from Miami. Hi, George. He's an incredible artist, visual artist that also happens to be a doctor of psychology. Look at that. Richard, Maria, and the Pips. See? What did I say? Cute guys with you. Richard, I told them. I said someone is going to say they're cute because they are adorable.
Oh, come on now.
I know. I'm telling you. All right. So who are we and where are we here? This is going live on Armed Radio. If you're listening to us on the radio, hi, Richard Brooks. If you're listening to us on the radio, this was started, Armed Radio was started for the armed forces, and we salute our troops. We thank you for your service, and we appreciate you, and I hope you like the show. So we are coming live from New York City, and you can listen to us live on armeddigitalmedia.com, armedradioglobal.com, and of course, we also Facebook Live it. So if you are just listening on the radio and you hear me yell out all these names, what's happening is our friends are popping on. Michael Vaccaro has popped on. He's in LA. Hector Garcia is out in Miami. So hi, guys. So that's what I'm doing. I'm not losing my mind. I'm just calling out people, and that's what happens. Okay, so we are going to forge ahead. We got enough people now that are listening and have popped on, and more people will pop on. So if I stop and acknowledge, that's what's happening. So again, my name's Maria Gentili. I am your host. I'm happy to be here. And I want to tell you, tonight's show, I always have a reason for putting people together. Johnny Tammaro and I have been chatting off and on. Is that Kenny Green? Let me see. No, Kimberly. Hold on.
No, Kenny Green. No, Kenny Green.
Is it Kenny Green?
Hey, Kenny.
Oh, boy. You know Kenny?
Of course.
Oh, my God. Kenny's a musical director downtown, and he does a lot of tours. Kenny, you're going to particularly like this show because we talk about touring a lot and show business and all that stuff. So I put these two guys together. Johnny, I've known through the Tony and Tina family, and he is an actor. And David, I just recently met David Foley. They're both singers and actors. But why I put them together tonight and what I absolutely love about them is that they're dads and they are very proud of being dads. So I'm calling this show The Beautiful Balance of Showbiz Dads. Because when we were talking earlier, and I said, what is that like? That's what they both said. It's just, what did you say, wacky and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's amazing and cuckoo at the same time.
Yeah.
That's about right.
So, okay, so we're going to start with, let me see, I got a few more people coming on. Jeannie Craigie in Massachusetts. Hi, Jeannie, how are you? She comes on every week. These are our regulars. All right, so let's start with Johnny, because and then we're going to go back and forth. Mm-hmm. All right, so Johnny, you started off at Tony and Tina's wedding. That's how we know each other, as an actor. Mm-hmm. And yesterday I called Lynn Portis, who's our mutual friend and musical director, and I said, I was mentioning your name, and she said, oh, Johnny Tammaro. He brought a whole different level to Donnie Dolce, which was the character you played, who's the singer. He's the wedding singer in the show. He's one of the only singers in the show.
Yeah.
Besides the Lynn, who's the musical director, right? And so you're with the band. You're part of the band, but you're also an actor, so you do both those things. And that's what she said. She said he brought it to a whole different level. She said he's the real deal. So, yeah, and coming from her, because she's the real deal, I thought that was really, really great. And David and I met David because we worked together at Brandy's a few weeks ago, which we both love. Mm-hmm. And, there's so many great singers in this town. So when you work with someone, you're like, oh, this guy's going to be good. And then I heard your pipes. I was like, what the hell? I would put you under quintessential Irish tenor.
Oh, thank you.
Correct?
I take that as a compliment.
Oh,
yeah,
my
thank you.
God. I mean, that's before I knew your last name. So it wasn't that I was like, now that is a legit Irish tenor. Right? Would you put yourself there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you're both consider yourself singers?
Oh, sure.
Like first or actor first?
No, not anymore. No, I would say I would call myself an actor before a singer. But,
yeah?
Yeah, me too.
You too?
Yeah.
Okay, and you were both, before we started, we were talking shop, and you were talking acting. So John Pandish has joined us. Michael Andrew Rubenstein has joined us. If I missed anybody, just pop back on. Okay, I like to acknowledge our people. Amazing and Cougar. Yeah, those are such dad words. You're right, Leo. Mark Aaron James has called us.
Thanks, Leo.
Yeah, oh, Leo, you would love Leo. Leo's the best. All right, so where do we want to start? I would like you guys to tell people what you're doing soon, because you have a big thing coming up. You have a big thing coming up. So, David, why don't you tell people what you're going to... Because when I booked you, you said... I originally wrote Thursday, the 19th, and then you text back and said if it was Tuesday.
Ooh, yeah. I said, I don't know if I can do Thursday, because I'm jumping back into Phantom of the Opera, which is the show that I've been doing sort of off and on for the last 4.5-ish, 5 years now, on the road, touring.
That's
so
a tough show vocally, too, isn't it?
It's a big show vocally, yeah.
You do 7 shows a week or 8?
We do 8. We do 8
wow.
every week. And on a travel day, travel week, I should say, those 8 shows are crammed into like 5 days. So wow. it's a big commitment. Yeah.
So you do what? 2 on Wednesday, 2 on. Tell me.
If it's a travel week, we'll do a show Wednesday night, 2 on Thursday, 1 on Friday, then 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
it's a lot. And then it's spread out a little bit more the second week of a city. But
okay, and so where were some of the cities that you're coming to that we can look for you?
So this week I will be in Providence, Rhode Island. So all those Massachusetts people
out
there.
I'm telling you, that's
I hope
why.
maybe a couple of you get over to Providence to see Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
The spectacular new production.
All right, so this is a brand new production.
It was brand new 4.5 years ago.
Oh, okay, good. No, but it's not like a 30-year version.
No, it's not the 30-year version. They souped up a lot of the special effects.
Wow.
The cool. Chandelier's been completely reworked. I don't want to give away any surprises, but the direction has had a whole sort of fresh look at it, fresh look at the show.
And is there anything particular that you do? Are you an understudy? Do you have a main role? Do you do lots of different things?
Well, every night I play the role of Monsieur Ray, who, if you don't know the show well, you probably don't know who he is. But he's the opera director. So he's the sort of uptight guy who runs the show and tries to get everybody to learn their lines.
Oh, sure, of course.
Kills them for not knowing them.
That's you?
That's me. And then I understudy the managers.
Oh, okay. Because I know that in most companies, especially on tour, you're going to understudy at least one other.
Yeah.
That's usually the way it goes. Okay, so look for David Foley Jr. if the tour of Phantom comes around.
Yeah.
That is great. And how long will you be out for?
Oh, the foreseeable future.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to come back to you because then we want to talk about the whole how it works into family life. But this is exciting.
Cool.
I'm very excited for you. Okay, and Johnny Tammaro, tell us what you're doing.
Oh my gosh. Since 2011, we've been working on a musical about Dion DiMucci, Dion and the Belmonts. And yesterday, there was the announcement that Paper Mill Playhouse is going to premiere it in its 1920 season, and it'll be at Paper Mill Playhouse May 28th to June 28th of 2020.
Okay, hold that thought, because a bunch of people have come on, and some of them are Jersey people. Maria Filiomeni, how are you, my love? And she's a Jersey girl. We got Margaret Curry has come on, Paula West, Kia Nelson, she's in Philly, and then we got Mary Raridan, she's in Massachusetts. So Mary was just talking about the Providence. You go back and see the show. David's going out with a Phantom of the Opera. It's going to be in Providence. Johnny is in a new show. Some of these people just came on. A new show. And what is the name of the show? I know it's about Dion and the Belmonts.
The name of the show is The Wanderer.
I love it.
The story of, the music and story of Dion. So I was involved with it since the beginning, 2011. And then nothing happened for 5 years. And then 2016, we did a reading. And then 2017, we did another reading. In 2018, we did another reading. And then we did the workshop in September. Wow. And I was in every single one of those.
Oh, my God.
And now, you know how this business works.
Yes.
Who knows? But, you know, I'm very hopeful and fingers crossed that by next March or April, we'll be rehearsing and we'll be in...
your aunt is saying David is she's saying David is my nephew. She's so proud.
Yeah, and we, so I met with the producer last night, and he's all excited, and everybody's excited, so...
wow, this is really... Yeah. And, I mean, as an Italian, growing up, Dion and the Belmonts were huge.
And he's
amazing. How about you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's great. He's the coolest guy you're ever going to
So you met him?
He's amazing. Oh, he's great. He's so involved in it. He was
really?
at every rehearsal, and
wow.
he is the man. He's great.
Oh, how cool is that? And who do you play, Johnny?
I play his dad, Pat DiMucci. Wild DiMucci, we call him
That
Pat.
was my dad's name.
Oh, really?
His name is Riccardo Pasquale, but some of the Italians called him Pasquale, and then but the hairdressers called him Riccardo. So
right, okay.
We call him Riccardo, my sister and I, especially. Awesome. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
So
and then you know, Dion.
And what's the character like?
Well, Dion told me that his father was very. Hi, Donna Palicetti.
Who's Donna?
That's a very good friend of mine from community theater. From 1989 to like 1997. She directed me in Into the Woods in 1993. I was Rapunzel's prince.
How cool.
That was great. She lives in, where do you live in? Where are you now? Middletown? New York? I think.
Type it in, Donna. Type it in. This is so exciting.
Yeah.
And then, okay, that's your aunt. Where's your aunt, David?
She's in Massachusetts.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, I'm from Massachusetts, Ann. How cool. This is so great. Cool. All these great people come on. Awesome. Brian Johnson, he's in Massachusetts. He's just joined us. Okay, so when 2020.
2020, yeah.
March,
May 28th, which is weird because my father passed when I was 19. what's today? 29 years ago. August 18th will be 29 years ago. But his birthday is 28th, and the first preview show falls on his birthday.
Wow, I just got chills.
Freaky.
And we're talking about dads tonight.
Yeah.
This is crazy. You see how this works out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And his father, Dion told me about his father. He said his father had great qualities, but he didn't like to work. And the play is about family and his rise to stardom from the age of 17. It's a fantastic...
I can't wait. I've been hearing things about it for a while now, but I cannot wait.
Sal says hi too.
Who's that?
That's Donna's husband. They're in Middletown. I was right.
Oh, cool.
Hi, Sal.
All right. Hi, Sal. And Melissa Driscoll's joined us. That's a friend of mine. She's a sweetheart. She's from Ohio, but she lives here now. Mm-hmm. So, also an actress and a singer. Okay, so these are great things that are up and coming. Now, these workshops, they take forever, right?
Oh, my gosh. It's crazy.
David, have you ever done a workshop of anything like that?
I've done a few over the years. Yep, so, nothing that's ever... I mean, because
that's
the thing, too.
The problem
they take so long that sometimes they peter out and run out of steam.
Or the original actors don't end up in the final productions because they either age out or they have they're doing other things. They're on to other... other shows and things of that nature. So you never know. Isabella Raskowski is really my cousin Marisa. She goes under her daughter's Facebook page. She's incognito. This is very exciting, Marisa. Thank you. Yes, she loves Phantom. It's going to be
cool.
And she's in Massachusetts, in Rhode Island, in Providence. And she loves Dion. So I'm telling you, Marisa. When I think of Dion, I think of our Uncle Nicky, who is Marisa's dad and which actually. I should show you a picture. My Uncle Johnny, who's Maurice's dad, they were like Dion and the Belmonts, these guys. I mean, they were musicians and they were dancers and they had that slick back, beautiful hair and that, Can
I say how excited I am to have this sign behind my head live in the living room? Because I watch you all the time. This is freaking great. I love it. I have the lights behind me.
I'm telling you.
I'm on like Cloud 87 right now.
I love it. Great. Well, I am so happy that you're both here. And Johnny comes on all the time on the show, so you guys may see him from, actually, Johnny, do me a favor. Right behind you, you see this black and white picture? I want you to grab it.
This one?
Yeah. Bring it over here, because Marisa, this is Marisa's dad. We're talking about Dion.
Look at that guy.
So there's Marisa's dad and mom, and they used to go to all the dances, like in the 60s and 70s and the late 50s. So this is exactly that era of Dion and the Belmonts. These were the people that went to these dances and listened. So all this stuff that we're talking about tonight.
That actually reminds me of Dion and his wife Susan.
Yeah.
They'll be married 56 years in March.
Oh my God.
This month.
Isn't that something?
55, 56.
So, just these amazing, right, Marisa? They were like, we thought they were the Rat Pack. Our parents were like so cool, So anyways, just so many cool things that happened. Now, Leo is saying, Mark, you're high power. What is this, Mark, for you? I don't know. Oh, they're talking to each other. Sometimes they talk to each other. John Savino. Hi, John. That's my cousin, John. John, look who I was just showing. He's my cousin, John. That's his grandpa. So cool. Oh, wow. A lot of great things are coming on. All right. So now I want to talk about, you both have been actors for quite a while, right?
Right.
Because when you guys were talking before the show, you actually knew some of the same people, and you knew a lot about the same theaters and things like that. Did you start off as actors or singers? Go ahead, David. You go first.
I mean, if we're talking about really starting off, like if we take it all the way back, I was a singer
all
first.
The way back.
I sang in choirs and I sang at church, and that's sort of where I figured out that I could do this. But
did somebody hear your voice and say, "Young man, you have a voice," or did you let people know you had a voice? Because it can work either way. Sometimes people are...
Well, certainly my mom thought I could sing before I knew I could.
Okay, exactly.
So she was always very supportive. But I think, to be honest, I listened to the people. I did a play, and I was in the ensemble. I was probably a freshman in high school, maybe 8th grade, something like that. And I listened to the people around me, and I wanted better. I wanted to be like them, so I started pushing myself and, really trying to learn how to sing better, how to act, but, how to act better. I'm saying that in quotes, even though...
But I know exactly what you mean. You wanted to get better at whatever they were doing. You watched it, and you wanted to be part of that, and you cared enough about it to want to find out how to do it in a better...
And I've always sort of wanted to rise to that next
that's
level,
part of what this business is about. Tara Connor has just joined us. She's going to be on the show next week, I think. Right, Tara? Yeah, I think we set up... She's an amazing singer. Big, gigantic voice. So I'm looking forward to that. We're talking about singing now. So, see, a lot of people want to do things, but they don't understand what that entails. And it's about the work. It's about, you're at point A, or maybe you're before point A. Maybe you're just watching from the wings. And you say, I want to do that. Then there are the steps that you take to do it. So you were how old when this happened?
Oh, probably a sophomore in high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Johnny, when did you figure out that you could sing?
I was junior in high school.
Okay.
And they were doing the winter concert, and they needed somebody to sing Italian Restaurant. And I loved Billy Joel.
Yeah, sure.
And I decided, okay, I think I could do that. And then they changed it to Maybe Right by Billy Joel.
Okay.
And then we did that, and that was it. And then we did Grease the next year, and I was Danny Zuko.
I was Rizzo in Grease.
And from that moment,
I can't believe it.
As soon as I came
Were you
out,
in Grease?
and
I've never done Grease, but I've always wanted to be that little, what's that playing on the radio?
I did that in 91.
Duty!
3 years later.
It would be
Duty,
great.
yeah.
All right, so when we do
be a 41-year-old
Duty,
sure.
when we do the nursing home version 30 years from now, we will be, that's it, you're Duty, and we're casting.
You can rest the guitar on the walker, and you can
That's it, I'm telling you.
No, but when I was 5 years old, I was in a play called Sourdough Sally, and I was Sourdough Billy. And I'll never forget, I stood on the stage, and instead of standing facing the audience or facing Sally, I stood 3/4. And
you do?
And the teacher was like, your mother gives you lessons? And I'm like, no. She's like, oh, how do you know how to stand like that? I was like, I don't know. So
your instincts were correct.
I'm not trying to...
No, but you look...
There was some sort of instinctual thing going on that I didn't know anything about it. Marie Roldan.
Who's that?
I'm Marie Roldan.
Is that your friend?
Another community theater.
Oh my God! Look at this.
She tours
Grease, it's John.
She tours with Luke Christie.
Oh, cool.
She's part of the high notes and lightning strikes. She sings those. She's great.
Wow.
Great.
Okay, so all these singers and Mandar has joined us. Mandar, I call him Mandar Chick Magnet. Mandar is my Mandar is my friend. He is not in the arts, but he is a lover of the arts, and he can dance like nobody's business. He is Indian, and he dances Bollywood dancing like a wild person.
I love it.
And every time I've seen Mandar, he comes into the clubs and hangs out and enjoys. But when I go to his Facebook page, he's always flanked by gorgeous girls. So I call him Mandar Chick Magnet. I'm telling you.
Good for you, Mandar.
Yeah, good for you is right. So he's joined us. So but talking about instincts as a young person, it's just like let's say take sports, and somebody doesn't know much about it, but gets up there and the coach says, "Wow, the kid's a natural. He needs a little fine tuning, but the kid's a natural."
Right.
The same thing with singers and actors. I think sometimes you can learn things, but as a young kid, like I'm a teacher, and I teach performing arts, and sometimes you'll just see something in a child.
Sure.
You can't believe, you're like, oh my God, this kid really has it.
Yeah.
And then, you build upon that. And then there are other kids that you may have them and they are very shy, but they're the kid that listens and watches and learns. And then the next year they come back and you're like, how did that little kid become this amazing teenager? So there's many different ways. That's why I asked you both the kind of kids that you were.
Sure.
Now, speaking of kids, you both have sons, right?
That's right.
Okay, so tell us about your son.
Sure.
How old is he? He's, first of all, adorable.
Thank you.
And looks just like you. Okay, so, because that's why I put you together. I love how you both love being dads.
Yep, he's got certain features of my wife, but
he does.
But he's a mini-me.
He
looks like me. Davey's 6 years old. He's in first grade. He is a funny, happy little kid, smart. He's learning to read this year, and he's a whiz at math. Loves video games. He loves Mario.
Does he know that you are a performer?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Oh, sure. So I've been doing Phantom now since he was about 2 years old.
Oh, wow.
And for about, I'll say a third of that time, he and my wife were on the road with me.
Really?
Yeah. So,
wow.
So we've traveled the country together.
Wow, that's great.
He's been to 39 states.
Are you kidding me?
That's
yeah.
fantastic.
And he'll hit 40 this summer.
Is your wife also a performer?
She started as a performer. When we first met, we were both performers.
Is that how you met?
That is how we met. Yeah, doing a show together, doing Titanic.
That's so romantic.
Yeah.
Doing Titanic. That's so romantic.
We drown together every night.
You drown together. Listen, where can you go from there?
That's right.
You drown, you gotta get married.
You gotta go up. You have to go up.
You gotta do the right thing after you drown together. You gotta get married. Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So they traveled with you.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, by car we would most of the company would fly, but we'd drive to wherever the next place was. And
awesome.
Yeah.
God,
so
great.
we've seen the country together. Davey's driven cross country twice now.
Really?
So he's well traveled. He's been on
6?
most of those stages. Like he'll run out. He has no trouble running out of a 2,000
cool.
seat house and singing on the stage. Yeah,
Does he sing? Does he like to sing too?
He's got a great little singing voice. Yeah, he's a great kid. I can't say
this is fantastic. I love this. And Johnny, your son is older, right?
My son used to be 6 years old, and
used to be 6 years.
No, kidding. If you're watching, Jack, I'm joking. My son Jack is 13, and he is.
Is he as cool as you?
He's cooler than me.
Is that
That's
true? How could that be?
He's cooler than me.
You're pretty cool, Johnny.
Nah, he's cool, man, and Dion said it. Dion said, "Yo, man, your son's the coolest kid I ever met in my life."
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, it was great.
Wow,
and
that's a
my
big
son,
deal. Let me interrupt you you see what Leo has done? I told you he would do
Oh.
this. Leo has put Dion the musical up. Thank you so much.
Playbill put the announcement on yesterday.
Yeah, and he's going to do, I know he probably either already has done your show or he will do it. What's the tag for your show, by the way?
Their hashtag is Phantom US Tour.
Okay, so that's how... And that's how...
And the website is, I think, phantomoftheopera.com.
Okay, so we'll find... Maybe Leo's already done. Thank you, Leo! I love to. I have to do it that way.
You know what I love about my son? We have... I love that we have this thing called pupil path. have pupil path?
No, I don't know what that is.
So this is an app on your phone that if it existed when I was in high school, I would not be doing this interview right now. Because it shows every test and every score and everything that happens in every class day by day.
Oh my God.
So he's, I don't know
so
where
you can follow him, what he's doing.
Yeah.
I would have been in trouble.
Every test mark, we could see every grade he gets in every class. And he's doing phenomenal. He's really a smart kid, and he's a piano player too.
Really?
Yeah, he's
where did he get that?
He's a pianist. I don't know.
So you got him?
I play a little bit here and there, but he goes into his room, listens to YouTube, comes out and goes, listen to this, and he plays it. And I'm like, you don't have the sheet music for that. He was like, I just heard it on YouTube. I'm like,
oh
what?
My God.
So yeah, he's really.
That's really cool.
We're very proud of him.
Does he sing as well?
He can carry a tune, but he'd rather not sing.
He's a
he'd
musician.
Rather play the piano. Yeah.
Okay, and how about your son? Does he sing?
He's got a great little voice. Yeah,
Does he?
For sure. Yep. And we've got him on the violin. He's starting. He's young.
Listen, you know what's great about instruments and kids? Many things. Number one, it's math. It's math.
That's right. Yeah.
Music is math. People don't realize that. One of my friends, Greg Schlotthauer, wrote a song last year called Math and Magic, and it's about musicians. And it gives me chills every time I hear it. And I think he wrote it for Prince. After Prince died, he wrote that as an homage to Prince, cool. Math and Magic. And I think about that with musicians and kids. It's math, but it's also this, like Craig said, it's this magic that happens.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. And instruments also, it sets you apart. If you're a kid that plays an instrument, you know about being tenacious, about follow through, about practice. And it makes you a cool kid because people are always intrigued by instruments.
True.
Soon as you pull out your instrument, people are like, what's that? Do you play it? Can you play a song? It automatically puts you in the category of socializing more, I think. I always find that, right? Like, is your son really, he must be cool because...
He's cool. He's very good in math, too.
Yes.
He's very good in science. Darcy...
Blakesley, do you know Darcy?
I don't know Darcy.
She's also a singer. She worked with me downtown for many years. Now she's from California, so she's in LA. She does voiceover. She's a singer, actress, amazing. I love Darcy.
Yeah, but math and music is very, very closely related.
Absolutely.
It really, and it blows me away every time he comes home with a test of 97, and I'm like, I don't even think I ever got mark anywhere in the 90s. Because what happened was, when I was growing up, I didn't know about, not that my mother and father didn't,
were your parents from another country?
My mother was from Sicily.
Right.
My father was third generation here already.
Yeah, my parents were from another country, so the thing, not that they were very intelligent people, but they were busy doing what they were doing, and we were the interpreters, really.
Yeah.
So they didn't have time to check our...
Right.
They were working 2 jobs each.
But this pupil path thing is amazing because
it really is
he
amazing.
Wants to impress us with making sure when we look at pupil path, it's all blue.
That's great.
Or green. Not yellow, because yellow is bad.
They do use something similar in our school. It's called Class Dojo, I think.
Okay.
And there's something called
he's only in first grade, so it's not as intense. But
right.
But we see what's going on in the classroom, which is kind of cool.
The way
my son studies is that he studies, retains it, and then applies it. That's the way he's supposed to do it. Mm-hmm. But I didn't do it that way because I just wasn't that type of person.
Right. Everybody's personality is different.
But he's amazing. It just blows me away. When I test him on what he studied the night before, it's like he memorized it.
Well, it sounds to me, the way you're describing your son with the music, how he goes and watches a YouTube thing, and then that he is able to visually see something and record it. Mm-hmm. Some people have that kind of like Lynn Portis, who's a mutual friend of ours, who you would love. Okay. She's my musical director, has been for years, but she musically directs a lot of people and does her own stuff as well. And writes and scores films, and she's just incredible. But she's one of these people, we were talking about this earlier, that can listen, she'll say, what do you want to do? And you'll mention something. She's like, okay, I know that. Well, you just mentioned Beatles, she knows everyone. You mentioned, she's like, oh, yeah. She can transpose it. She transposes it. She's also great at math.
Wow.
On the spot.
That's a gift.
And her son, she has 4 kids now. They're all, one's a doctor, a lawyer, another one's an engineer. The littlest one is at Texas A&M, And when he was little, she used to bring him, we would be rehearsing. He was 8. And she would send him in. She'd say, here, Andrew, just give him something to do. And she'd write down some stuff. And I'd think, what did she do? Hangman? Or what did she write? I don't know. I'm like, what did you do? What'd you give him? She's like, I gave him some algebra problems. He was 8. It was like algebra. But she's a mathematician.
Sure.
And he just was a kid that loved math. So that's how she kept him occupied. So every kid is different. It's like, it's really something. So now, talking about your tours and you're going to go out on tour, but you're not taking your
Not on this leg.
Time.
No. They'll join me this summer.
Oh, okay.
We'll go to the West Coast together.
Cool, that'd be nice.
But
wait, you're going to be where in the West Coast?
So I'll be playing this summer. I'll be playing L.A.
Because Darcy, a lot of our friends, Leo's family's from L.A.
Cool.
Where you'll be in L.A.
Yeah,
with
we'll
the
be
tour?
playing the Pantages for May and some of June, I think.
Great.
And then,
so,
I don't have the exact dates in front of me,
but
but
look for it.
But then we're doing Anaheim, and then in August we're spending 4 weeks in Hawaii.
What?
Yeah.
Hawaii.
Honolulu.
Nice.
Oh my, with the family.
And they'll be out.
Oh,
that'll be a special summer.
See, it's cuckoo. It's cuckoo and amazing. That's cuckoo.
I'm telling you. That's really something.
But this next 6 or 8 weeks or whatever, no, I'll be on my own, and I'll come every time the tour moves. I'll come back home to be with them for a couple of days.
Okay,
but but yeah, for the most part, we're
and it's a bus.
separate.
You guys travel on a bus?
No, they usually fly. I'll probably have my car. Yeah.
Even better. Wonderful. Wow, that's really exciting. Now, are you the kind of singer that vocalizes every day, or are you the kind of guy that just goes out there and does it?
I should vocalize every day.
Me too, I know. I mean, I teach it. I tell my students to vocalize. I do sometimes like on the way to something. If it's something where it's very demanding. Yeah. I will, on the way to the gig in the car, I'll vocalize.
I know what I need to do to get myself ready for the show. So I'll make sure that gets done.
Yeah.
How about you, John?
I usually do it before the show. Even when I did a play, not a musical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When I did A Room of My Own with Mario.
Mario. Okay, so Mario Cantone is also our mutual friend.
Oh, cool.
And he is. I told him you were going to be on the show. He sends his love. He's going to try to pop on. He's in LA tonight. But actually, Mario, who I went to high school with, we've been friends since we were, teenagers, is going to be on the show in 2 weeks. Knock on wood, April 2nd. Mario's going to be on the show.
Yay!
Wow.
So that's our mutual friend, and he's so cool. So you guys did a play together. What was the name of the play?
A Room of My Own.
Wow.
And, Ralph Macchio was in it as well. And it was about an Italian-American family in the West Village in 1979.
Wow.
Mother, father, son, daughter. The
and
crazy...
Who did you play?
I played the dad.
And Mario was?
The crazy, eccentric, homosexual uncle that lived up.
Oh, wow, great.
And Ralph played, actually the writer of The Wanderer and one of the producers wrote that play as well, and it was about his family. And Ralph played him as an adult.
Oh, really?
And then this young boy, Nico Bustamante, played him as a little boy, and Ralph and he were the only people that can talk to each other. It was a memory play. Oh. But the apartment was framed out like a frame.
Oh, God, I wish I'd seen it.
The woman playing my wife in The Wanderer, also played my wife in that. Her name is Foley Tribuzio, and she's amazing too. So.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's
did that just happen that way? That you? Did you? I mean, how cool that you get to do that again.
Well, the funny thing is, very first time she played Tina in Tony and Tina's Wedding, I was her. I understudied Tony that night.
Wow.
And that was the one and only time we ever played Tony and Tina.
Wow.
And then 15 years later, we played Husband and Wife in another play.
Isn't that crazy?
The Room of My Own play, and she found a black and white picture of us as Tony and Tina. And we put it on the wall in the apartment and made it our wedding picture.
No way. That's great.
No.
That was cuckoo.
That's really something. You talk about destiny. That's really something.
And we've been together working as this
well, it's just chemistry.
We call it the greaseball cabal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we've been together working, and it's just amazing.
Oh, we were just talking about you, Mario. Mario's popped on.
Hello, Mr. Cantone.
We were just talking about Room of My Own, right?
Yes.
And we're talking about the how cool, and you just popped on. So Mario's out in LA, and he said he would try, and he did. So I'm sorry I missed that. I don't, sometimes when you work nights, you can't go to things. It's like really frustrating.
Well, it's still in the
It's still
you never know what can happen.
Okay. You never know, but
HBO has it, Netflix has it, so
all right.
You never know.
Cool.
Okay, cool stuff. So keep that. Maybe we'll hashtag
Sounds
that.
great.
Actually, you know what? We will hashtag that too. Room of one's own or room of my own?
A room of my own.
A room of my own. We'll hashtag that too.
Cool.
So okay. So you now, what do you do to prepare for this tour that's coming up? What? Yeah.
Well, a lot of it is just making sure that my life at home is wrapped up and taken care of and where it needs to be. So that make sure that my wife has what she needs to
logistics
to be.
Of that.
Yeah, it's all the logistics. But for the most part, like I've been doing this now for so long that I'm so plug and play into it that I know exactly what's going to happen when I show up on Thursday. Right. I know, I'm going to find the dressing room and I'm going to go to the company meeting, and I know that it's, I haven't done some of the choreography in a couple of months, so I'm a little worried about that maybe. But
most of the same cast, or have you put in new people? Or?
There are a few new people, but I think it's going to be 90%
so
of the same people.
More for them, right?
Really, yeah.
To pop them in.
Mm-hmm. And you're doing the show Thursday night when you get there?
I'm doing a show Thursday afternoon.
Oh! Wait, so you get in Thursday and you do a show?
Do a show Thursday afternoon, another one Thursday night.
Baby.
Wow. Yep.
That's amazing.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, so listen, now we have reached the part of our show. You've watched the show, so you know coming up. David, I don't think you've watched the show, but and I cook for my guests as well. That's how I lure my guests in. That's how I get them up to the heights. So we have reached the part of our show called Go Ahead, Keep Eating. Now we have to do it together. We've reached the part of the show called
Go Ahead, Keep Eating.
Thank you so much. All right, so what did I make tonight? First of all, I always ask my guests, do you have any restrictions, allergies, preferences? Because I don't, I want to make what people like, and I want to make sure no one's allergic. And a lot of, people have restrictions. These guys both literally answer the same way. Nope. N-O-P-E. I was like, yay, yay, yay. So what I did was I made like this is just our display plate. I have a gigantic amount in there. So I made a pasta. These are called gemelli. They're like twisted, kind of like fusilli, but if you double them, Johnny's making that great face. He's like, And what did I make for a sauce? I made a tomato sauce with, first I grilled sausage and roasted red peppers. Sausage, roasted red peppers, and shallots all together. Threw them in the sauce and let that like simmer for hours on end. So this is and it's sweet because I threw a carrot in there. And the roasted red peppers, I found this is trick, makes things sweeter rather than just trying to get the red peppers to do the trick. So we're having this, and we have a ton of it in there. Oh my God, stop what you're doing. Gina Savino, my cousin, has joined us. And when Gina Savino comes on, we clap. Gina Savino, everybody! She is a hairdresser, and she is out at Joyce's Unisex Salon, 132 Ferry Street in Everett, Massachusetts.
All right.
She and her sister are hairdressers. They own a business there. Chocolatine Q Dessert. So, Gina, look what I made. I made gemelli, which is kind of like fusilli, doubled, with sausage, roasted red pepper, shallots in a tomato sauce. It smells so good. There's a little bread there for us. Now, as I said, I have a ton.
So good.
I know it smells delicious. And it's going to be good. What did I make for our delicious salad? I love salad. Anybody that knows me knows I love salad. So this is kale, spinach, and romaine chopped up. No, I'm sorry, green leaf, not romaine. Chopped up, and I have red peppers, red onion, radishes, sliced Bosque pears, gorgonzola cheese. I love pears. I love pears. Oh. And I'm going to throw, I think what I'm going to use for a dressing is I have a nice fig and pear. I have pear infused. Let's go with the pear. Yeah. Double the pear. Pear infused vinegar, the nice extra virgin olive oil.
Pear of pears.
A pear of pears, yeah.
If you will.
Nice. So we'll do that. Now, Johnny walked here. Let me just tell you. He said, I get out of work a little early. Is there anything I can pick up for you? Or, I'm going to kill a little time, and I might walk up to you. I was like, walk up? Where are you going to be? He's like, Midtown. Midtown. I'm at the top of the world up here. Anyway, so I said, if you get tired, jump on a train. But he did walk most of the time. I was going to get some, really heavy dessert. And I thought, oh, shit, maybe this guy, excuse my language, maybe this guy is on a diet or something. So I have fresh fruit. However, don't be, I have these beautiful berries. Do not be fooled, though. I have strawberry ice cream in the fridge and Rocky Road ice cream.
Yeah.
So we'll have ice cream with a little garnish of fruit there. Okay, but I didn't know if you were watching this,
I was supposed to be watching the carbs if my wife is watching.
All right. What is your wife's name? Let's give her a shout out.
Oh, my wife's name is Tabitha.
Tabitha, she's very beautiful, as is your wife. You both.
Thank you.
You have like hottie wives.
Oh, yes.
That's what happens when you're a musician. You get hot wives.
I married a younger girl.
You did?
She's only 35.
Nice, Johnny. All right.
If you're watching, say hello. If my mother's watching, say hello. If anybody I'm watching besides
Just say hello.
Say hello. Just say hello so I know you're watching.
All right, so people are loving the food. I do actually, Leo, I actually have whipped cream and I have pecans. What I usually do, sometimes if you want a low carby fruit kind of thing, dessert, berries, whipped cream. I put a little bit of Splenda and crushed some pecans in there. And it's delicious. All right, so John Bell has joined us. Joe Gullah, my friend Joe Gullah, he's a playwright. Actually, Joe, you should watch both these guys because Joe is a great playwright. He has a lot of plays that have all over the country being done, and he would love both of you. So this is David Foley Jr., and this is Johnny Tammaro. So you guys will have to look up Joe Gullah because he's great.
Cool.
All right, so now, growing up, let's talk a little food now. Let's switch over to the food. Growing up, what was your favorite thing? Like, if it was your birthday and somebody would make your favorite meal, what was it?
So...
Now you're smiling because you have a favorite
Sure.
meal.
Well, I don't know if it is. I got it in my
did you
head
love?
from a very early age that chicken a la king was my favorite
I love
meal.
chicken a la king.
It's good. It's delicious. But it was like the dinner that I would ask that my mom would just make at a certain point every year on my birthday because
How cute.
Because when I was like 4 or 3 maybe, I was like, I want chicken a la king.
Wow.
And
Does your son have certain things he loves?
My son eats about 4 things. He'll eat chicken fingers.
Yeah.
He'll eat fish sticks.
Yeah.
Pizza
Yeah,
is a big one, and graham crackers.
That's
so
it. That's why I always ask, because as a
pretty
kid
much
you
it.
like what you like. Chicken a la king, I love that.
Right?
Wow. And how about you, Johnny? What was like your favorite?
Growing up, whatever my mother made
Is what you ate.
and that's what you ate.
See, that's the difference with Italians.
But
You better eat what they give
exactly. I have a funny story that my
please,
my
tell
brother would only eat pizza and then sometimes pizza.
Yeah.
So one day my mother made meatloaf and peas and broccoli and mashed potatoes and,
Sounds delicious.
and bread and everything and soda. You know, we have a whole meal and my brother's like, I don't eat this. And my mom was like, you have to eat it. I mean, just when you're eating, I made you eat it. I don't want to eat it. I don't want to eat it. My mother got up, slammed the plate on the table, went, she got the blender, put everything in the blender and said, now you're going to drink it. And she put my brother in the bathroom and he had to drink it.
No.
Yes, it was phenomenal. I loved it.
Italian mothers are tough.
Loved it. But now, my go-to birthday meal is braciole.
I love braciole, but I haven't had it in so long. What? Wait.
Wrapped in pig skin. Not beef. You take the pork skin and you wrap whatever's inside the braciole, and that's the skin, that's the outer part of the braciole.
Holy mackerel, the vegans are losing their mind right now. They just jumped out the window.
It's delicious.
Oh my God. Vincenzo D'Amato is joined us. He's my Italian.
Vincenzo D'Amato.
He's one of the Gombaris.
Yes.
He's one of the Abruzzi Gombaris. Hi, Vincenzo. How are you? We call him Jimmy, though. Keith Torgan has joined us. Hi, Keith Torgan. He's going to be on the show soon. He's a great writer. He's written many children's musicals and does so many great things. And his wife's a musician. We're talking about musicians. I want to scroll back because I think somebody said something and we missed it. Sometimes it's hard. But we'll go back and... Len Shabar has also joined us. A lot of new people have joined us. Okay, so when's your birthday, Dave? You don't have to give us the year. Just I want to know what your sign is.
I can tell the year too. But February 27th.
So don't tell me you're Pisces.
That's right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So Pisces are nice. They're reliable and they don't make too many waves.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We're just a
Pisces,
quiet fish. Right?
Yes, exactly. Pisces is like, waves. Oh yeah, okay. You can put a Pisces anywhere, pretty much. Sometimes some of them get a little mopey, but you do not seem
not
like
my thing.
The mopey type. I have met a few mopey Pisces in my day, but you're not one of the mopey Pisces. And you, what are you, Gemini?
July 11th.
Wow. Oh, wait. Don't tell me. Cancer?
Right in the middle.
I have two friends that I absolutely adore that have the same exact birthday as you. My friend Emily McNamara.
Oh,
and my
Emily
friend,
Mac.
You know Emily Mac?
We've known each other since we were...
She's the best. She's doing a new show.
20, 22, something like
God.
that, yep.
Emily McNamara,
Awesome.
who now has a little girl who's beautiful. You know, I officiated their wedding.
No.
Emily and her husband, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Emily Mac, the same birthday, and John Bronston. Do you know John Bronston?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yep.
Amazing piano player and musical director and so many composer. Those are my two 7-Eleven friends,
wow.
and now I have three 7-Eleven friends. And Johnny, your birthday, oh no, that's you.
Yeah.
And so you're a Pisces. All right, so a Pisces, that's good. Pisces and a Cancer tonight, and I'm a Gemini. I'm a little bit on the wacky side. So this is nice, very calm. We're going to have a nice dinner afterwards.
Lovely.
All right, so we got about 10 minutes left to our show. So what would you tell people that are watching, that are thinking about maybe doing this? Because, you know, the whole mission of my show, of course I love to show off my friends because I have these amazing friends and I have this great life in New York where I know all these people. And like I know my brother-in-law sometimes, I'll be watching TV with them and I'll say, oh, that's so-and-so, like Law and Order.
Sure.
Or I'll see something come up for a musical. Oh, that's my friend's in that musical. He'll say, no, what do you know, everybody? And I kind of know a lot of people.
Yeah.
When you're in New York for a while and you're in the arts, you do know a lot of people. So, but it's not an easy business to be in. And people really underestimate how hard it is to stay in it. So I like to show off creative people, and I always say that the reality of living, thriving, and surviving as a creative person. So what would you say, David, is for you the best part of it and the most challenging part?
So starting with the most challenging is probably, and I think a lot of people would agree with this, the inconsistency. It's that it's not, you're not always, making the same amount of money. Mm-hmm. It's not always the same work circumstances. Sometimes you're out doing a show making, a great living, and other times you're doing a piece that, that might mean a lot to you, or that might be great for exposure, but isn't really supporting the family necessarily. So you're finding other ways to make up for that part of the dynamic. And we talked earlier about it being a mosaic, and about trying to fit all the different pieces in, and then you don't know what you're doing for a minute, and then you're switching gears and doing something completely new, and then you take a step back and you realize that all those little pieces that you've been working with make your body.
That's what my friend Susie Camp always says, is that's what life is, like a mosaic. And I thought about that, and it's like really like the way that I was saying our body of work. It's these little broken pieces, a show here, a piano bar shift here, commercial there, and then all of a sudden, and then you're working on something, and then by the end of it, that's your body of work, and it's quite beautiful. If you appreciate it for what it is, you hope, right? If you stay on track and if you keep your heart and your head open, and okay, so that's the hardest part. What do you like the best about it, of course?
The best is that when this job is good, it's really good. Like, I have loved getting to show Davey, like, every train museum and, children's museum in the country, and, getting him to see, America. His teacher in kindergarten showed a picture of Mount St. Helens, and he just looked right up, and he was like, "Oh, I know that. That's a volcano. It blew up in 1980." He'd been there, and that's it. And the teacher
really
was like, "How does he know this?"
Wow. See, that's really cool. So that again, it goes back to the fatherhood thing. Wow, wonderful. Okay, Johnny, same thing? What is the you like the best about this business, and what do you find most challenging?
Well, I have to agree with Davey. The inconsistency of amazing stuff, the money, the pay, whatever. Sometimes you're doing something that pays you a lot of money, and you're like, wow.
Right.
And then something comes along, you're like, oh, what a great juicy part. I want to do this part.
Right.
But what? How much does it pay? Oh, okay. And then you do it. But but everything you do becomes a part of you, okay?
Right.
And it goes inside and becomes your inner workings. Like I was talking to somebody the other day about paying your dues. I'm like, I don't even know what that means, but then I stopped.
Well, if you don't know what it means, you've already paid them.
Then I stopped, and I went, wait a minute.
I paid them already.
I've been paying them for the last 21 years.
Right.
Right.
I say I've been juggling for the past 21 years, juggling my family life, a regular job, whether it be 9 to 5 or part-time gig. I mean, right now I'm working at the new FAO Schwartz, and I'm a toy soldier. I mean...
Okay, this is very important. Stop what you're doing, everybody. You see what he said? It goes back to humility. If you truly are an artist, and this is for a lot of the younger kids or people that have been, sometimes people get where they're like, something is beneath them. If you truly are an artist, you have to keep doing what you do. And sometimes that means that you're going to take a job that you normally would not have done it, but you're going to be the greatest at it. Now, what I love about you is I look at your Facebook wall, and you have a body of work that you can be very proud of. And what do you have on your Facebook page? You have your toy soldier, because you put just as much into that as you do in that role that you originate, and fatherhood and everything. If you're gonna put and this is the way I live my life, and I try to teach this to some of the younger people I know. Put your signature on everything you do, and if you're gonna put your signature on everything you do, you're gonna be good at what you do, and you're gonna care about it. Because I find that people don't seem to care about what they do anymore.
No.
It's very discouraging. And you guys are two guys that really do care about what you do. But so what if you're the toy soldier at FAO Schwartz?
I love it.
How wonderful.
I love it.
And you get to meet people, and you make kids happy, and, it's wonderful.
One of the things
I worked at FAO Schwartz like 20 years ago. I used to do children's parties. I was Arthur the Aardvark, Patrick the dog, Patrick the puppy.
Yes.
Clifford the dog.
Oh, cool.
Why not? And I was in Tony and Tina's at the same time. And I was teaching 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm a huge believer in everybody has to work.
Yes, me too.
So everybody has to work. If you don't have to work, you have a silver spoon in your mouth and you have a trust fund and whatever.
But even if you do that, for the love of God, get off your couch and go and do something.
Right.
You need purpose. Everybody needs purpose.
Right. And every job I've had in my life, except for 17, 18, we won't talk about that. But every job I had in my life, I wanted that job, and I went for it, and I loved it, and I do it to the up-team degree because my father told me that.
Yeah.
Whatever job you get, do it to the best of your ability, and make sure you're nice to everybody.
My cousin Gina said amen to that. She is absolutely right. That's how my family, God, my whole family, her grandpa and my grandpa were brothers. And Marisa knows, David, I want to hear what you have to say. And maybe your family's the same way. Man, they came over here and they worked, and they never stopped working. And even in retirement, they were all doing a million things. So go ahead.
I've been working since I was 14. My parents made sure that I had a job as soon as I was allowed to work. And for the last 20 years, whenever I haven't been doing a show, I've been behind a bar.
Yes, I know.
And I don't think I'd be as good an actor if I hadn't put in that work.
Well, life experience, number one. In acting, I think life experience is so important. Number two, bartending is one of my favorite things. I've been doing it for 30 years. More, oh my God, since 83. And my bartending experience has taught me more about people.
Sure,
absolutely.
And same thing with doing characters and whatever you're interacting, Ubering, whatever you do that you're going to deal with people, it's going to teach you so much that you will use.
Absolutely.
And the exchanges, the give and take, the saying yes to an improv.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly. I can't tell you how many times I've got sides for a show or something where I've taken a step back and said, I know this guy. Who is he? And I've gone through my little Rolodex in my head of my regulars from over the years, and I find him, and he's there, and
Isn't that amazing? Yeah, cool. And you know what's funny, because when I work on the acting with my students, we talk about the who, what, where, when, all that stuff, and there's sometimes they're like, what does that mean? And I say to them, because I do this in auditions. When I audition, I always pick someone I'm talking to. And lots of times, it's someone at a bar.
Sure.
It's one of my customers. And I know that the way I would talk to them and the reaction I would have with them, whether it's an angry one, whether it's one about, hey, wake up, man, come on, you got to come home. Whatever it is, or and people in your life, even if you meet them for 10 minutes, exchanges are very valuable as actors, and you don't forget those things. And same thing with my cousins. There were a lot of hairdressers. My sister's a hairdresser. My dad, you're exchanging energy with your clients and your people that you never can, no one can take that away from you.
Sure.
And then you bring that into your acting. Okay, so we have about 2 minutes left to our show, I think, believe it or not. Jimmy's going to pop on at any minute. What would you say to a younger person coming up that's moving to New York or maybe somewhere else that is thinking about going into our business?
Perseverance is, no matter what you do, like my mother used to tell me, I don't care if you shovel crap behind the horse or you're on a stage, as long as you're happy and as long as you do it to the best of your ability,
that's it.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
It's true.
Perseverance.
That's what Robert De Niro said. That was the most important thing. And Dave, what would you say to that person listening?
I guess I'd say just jump in and do it. You will never be as prepared, as educated, as taught as you'd like to be. But that doesn't mean there isn't work that you can and should be doing right away. Get in there, learn from the people around you, listen to the other people, see what they're doing, be a sponge, and just work.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you born in New York as well?
No, born in Massachusetts, like you.
Oh, right. Oh, my God, we had this conversation. Mm-hmm. So he's
Worcester.
a Massachusetts guy. Right, Worcester. Come on. How much more Massachusetts can you get? And, Johnny, you're a Brooklyn guy, right?
Yeah.
Born and raised. Yeah, absolutely. And the thing that I would say is don't listen to the wrong people. I would give you that advice. Mm-hmm. There are the right people and wrong people. How do you know if who the wrong people are? They're jealous. If you truly are a person in this business that loves what you do, you are never looking at someone else and wanting what they have. Right. You are inspired by. Like, I listen to you guys and I go, oh, that would be fun to work on a new project again. But how much time do we have, Jimmy?
A minute.
Thank you, Jimmy. So don't compare your life to other people. Be inspired by them or pull them up. We help each other out. It's an exchange of energy. I have David Foley Jr. here tonight. I have Johnny Tammaro. David is going to be in the tour of Phantom. Mm-hmm. So be looking for that. We'll post all that stuff. Johnny is going to be doing The Wanderer, the musical.
We hope.
Yeah. No, it's
82%, 87%.
It's happening. 92%. And if not, he's going to be doing other things. So be looking for it. We love and appreciate you. Please come back. We're here every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you want to listen live, armdigitalmedia.com, armradioglobal.com. Watch us on Facebook on my page. And in about 12 hours, it goes into podcast on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio. We love and appreciate you. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Cool. Yeah. Great.
Fine with me, it's who I am.